there, welcome to book reviews number 5. Now I'm gonna try my best to get through this as fast as possible because I haven't made one of these in a while. I have a few books to get through and I'm just gonna try my best. I'm gonna keep going. Not gonna be a long video. Here we go. My first book on this list is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. I actually read this book at the tail end of 2016, but I somehow missed it on one of my book reviews videos, and then it didn't win any of my end of the year prizes, so I kind of forgot about it. So I'm mentioning it now. I heard about this book a lot, so I thought, oh, I should read it if so many booktubers liked it. But for me, it was more of like a 3-star experience. The next book I read was The Suffering by Rin Capichu, which is the sequel to Girl from the Well. I really liked both the books in this duology. I thought it was very interesting and spooky, and I recommend them. The next book I read was Super Mutant Magic Academy by Jillian Tamaki. I got this book because it was recommended by Ariel Bissett, and to capture her review really shortly, she said that it was very, very funny. And that was what I went in expecting, and it delivered. It is hilarious. It is a bit of a satire of school. It is awesome. Go out and get yourself Super Mutant Magic Academy, and it will be a great afternoon of you just giggling. The next book I read was Woman in Black by Susan Hill. Yes, the same one that the Daniel Radcliffe movie is based on. I actually read this several years ago, and I was kind of feeling nostalgic for old horror, and I was sitting there going, you know what? Let's just reread Woman in Black, and yeah, it's awesome. The next book I read was Stephen King's It. It was before the movie was coming out in September, and I had read Stephen King's It when I was in about 7th grade, because I was going through like a phase and whatever. But again, I hadn't read it since 7th grade, and the movie was coming out, so I was like, okay, why don't I revisit and reread it, and it'll be awesome. I can definitely see why middle schooler Emily liked this book, but it's a lot more tangential and a lot more racist than I remember. So, yeah, there's that. That's my review. I went on a bit of a Junji Ito kick recently and read 3 Junji Ito books in a row and very much enjoyed myself. The first one I read was Fragments of Horror, which is a short story collection of manga short stories that are horrible and amazing, and I love them, and go get Fragments of Horror! The next one I read was Tomi? See, I as an American want to say Tomi, but I heard it like pronounced Tomai? Japan, help me. I can't pronounce things. But it was a very interesting graphic novel about this succubus demon girl, and it's just spooky, and it's got great art, and it's a good time. I then read Cat Diary, which, hold your phone, people. This is big. This is great. So apparently, Junji Ito, the horror manga artist, he never had cats growing up, and then when he was an adult and he moved in with his longtime girlfriend, she brought 2 cats with her, and he had cats for the first time. So he made a diary of what it was like to be a first-time cat owner, and he drew it like one of his horror mangas. So it is a story about him and his 2 cats, drawn like a horror manga. It's great. Go get Cat Diary. It's amazing. The next book I read was A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. This book is in the lead right now for the spot of book that made me cry for 2017, because I fucking cried. And that's not an insult, that is a compliment. It very much moved me emotionally. It sucker punched you, it punched me right in the childhood, and it was a great book, and I highly recommend it. But don't read it if you're having a bad day. Like, don't read it if you're feeling pouty or whatever, unless that's your thing, but just don't be surprised if you get sad. Okay, The last book I want to talk about is the book that you, my viewers, voted that you wanted me to read and review. And that is On the Other Side by Carrie Hope Fletcher. Okay. I'm gonna start off by saying that I am a big Carrie Hope Fletcher fan. I think she is an immensely talented actress. I love her YouTube channel. And I wanted this book to be good. I want to see Carrie Hope Fletcher succeed. I am the target audience. A early to mid 20s, a woman who is already a fan of Carrie Hope Fletcher. I should be the person who is raving and talking about this book. I'm the desired audience. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I not only did not like this book, I loathed this book. I was actually Instagram storying like the woes of like, oh my god, I hate this book, and if it was any other author, I would have already put it down by now. But because it's somebody who I'm such a huge fan of, I feel compelled to finish it out of guilt. But I'm sorry, it failed on many, many levels. I actually contemplated making an entire video just on all the many ways that this book failed, but I just at that point felt extra. I never did anything like that before or since, and just talking that much shit on this book I didn't like just felt extra. But I literally at one point just felt like I was having an existential crisis, and is like, is this me? Am I reading this wrong? And then I went on Goodreads and I found out that like loads of people also didn't like it. And that's a shame. Like I said, I want Carrie Hope Fletcher to do well. I want her to succeed. And I never root for an author to fail, unless they're a terrible person like Ann Coulter or something. I want books to be good when I purchase them. I'm rooting for you. But unfortunately, I don't know how to say anything polite. I want to support Carrie Hope Fletcher, but I have a feeling that I might not be able to do it through her books if On the Other Side is indicative of her writing style. Yeah, I don't think I should do that. Alright, that was my book reviews video. I try my best to keep these as short as I can because I know when it comes to books, I can ramble. I'm trying my best to keep it short, sweet, and to the point for you guys. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe if that's your thing, and down below, feel free to leave me any book recommendations you have. I love book recommendations. And hey, if you disagree with me about any of my reviews, feel free to counterpoint. Have a little bit of a healthy discussion. Maybe you liked On the Other Side. I couldn't say that with a straight face. I couldn't say that someone liked On the Other Side without laughing. Oh my god. I need help. I need a cookie. I need a nap.